Los Angeles Police Chief Michelle Moore on Wednesday promised thorough investigations into a trio of use-of-force incidents involving officers that left 3 suspects dead in the first 3 days of the new year, including a cousin of a Black Lives Matter co-founder. The LAPD on Wednesday released video footage from all 3 encounters. The agency typically releases such footage, or critical incident reports, 45 days after use-of-force incidents. At a downtown news conference Wednesday, Moore said he had concerns about all 3 of the use-of-force encounters and he vowed that full internal investigations would be conducted. 2 of the encounters were fatal shootings by officers. The third involved a suspect who died at a hospital after being tasered 6 times during a scuffle with officers in Venice following a traffic collision. The suspect who was tasered was 31-year-old Keenan Anderson, the cousin of Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors and the father of a 6-year-old child. Members of Black Lives Matter held a protest outside LAPD headquarters Wednesday while Moore was holding his news conference inside. When the life of Keenan Anderson was stolen, it's the life of someone who loved his child and loved his aunties and loved his cousins and loved his family, but was ill. Moore said the probe into Anderson's death was continuing, but he noted that Anderson was tasered 6 times during the struggle with officers, a number that raised concerns. In my preliminary review of this incident, it's unclear what the role of that taser was, Moore said. To be clear, it's dependent on the totality of our investigative resources, but also on medical records from the hospital as well as a coroner's report and their formal and forensic level examination. As this investigation continues, however, I will pay close attention to the use of the taser. Anderson died January 3. Police initially said officers responded that afternoon to a traffic collision at Venice and Lincoln Boulevards, and the man who caused the crash, alleged to be Anderson, was found running in the street and exhibiting erratic behavior. At one point, Anderson ran from the scene and officers gave chase on foot, eventually catching up to him in the middle of Venice Boulevard, police said. Officers used a variety of efforts to detain him, including the taser and other restraints, eventually handcuffing him and hobbling him at the ankles, police said. Paramedics eventually were called to the scene, and Anderson was taken to a hospital, where he went into cardiac arrest and died.